Next, export promotion organization, promotion agency we are supposed to study is State Trading Corporation. Yeah. So here in every state, almost in every state, there are these state trading corporations, and here government will directly participate in the foreign trade business through its agencies. Here these were established in the year 1956. Completely government owned organization. This is 100% government owned organization. It deals with the bilateral trading partners in East European countries. Now what is this bilateral? Bilateral means where there are involvement of two parties or two countries in the trade. So two countries are involved in the trade. So in that case, this particular state trading corporations are doing the dealing between whom? It is with the trading partner in East European countries. East European countries. So they want to encourage foreign trade in India. They want to here these organizations want to increase foreign trade, so that when foreign trade increases we'll get more foreign exchange. So all these with these things they will they have established, and they are enlarging the scope of export of essential imports. Not only they are concentrating only on exports, even they are providing room for import of essential items which are not those items which are not available in India. Like maybe we don't have enough amount of crude oil, but it is necessary for us. So these types of things. Now they have their own objectives. It is a state-owned organization. I told government-owned organization. It is. They have their own objectives. We'll see to those objectives one by one. What they'll do? They'll provide developmental finance and boost exports of small scale sectors. What is development finance? That is one kind of loan or finance they will give for the growth of this particular export organization, so that they'll increase the exports. They try to check unhealthy competition in international market. Unhealthy competition means high like sudden increase in the price, sudden decrease in the price. Yeah, to like for example, one company is fixing a rate at for one commodity 100 rupees they are fixing. To steal their sale, what they are doing is other company they'll fix it for 30 rupees. So who will go to that 100 rupee worth company? Yeah, they won't go there. So these types of unhealthy competitions are supposed to be removed, and they will do to promote the promotion of non-traditional items and opening new fields for export of traditional items. So they'll promote non-traditional items also, and also they'll see that the traditional items, the industry of traditional item will be improved. More and more exports will be done in that particular area. They facilitate import of specific commodity. I told not only export they are concentrating, even needed much important or essential imports, how it can be imported. Regarding that also they'll give you the idea, they'll give you the clear help. So that is about import of specific commodities. Some products we don't have in abundant, so related to that it is to regulate the foreign trade in certain commodities, whereas some products we don't have in abundant in our country, but there is a good demand in foreign country. In that case, where there is a scarcity of product in our country, then they will regulate them. They will stop such products when they are going to export to foreign country. They facilitate the implementation of trade agreements and barter deals. So whatever agreements are done between the countries, negotiations are done between countries, these will see that they are implemented. they'll increase revenue for the government. They will have an objective of objective to increase revenue for the government. When government increases the revenue, that revenue can be used in further for the development. Yeah, so that is the thing. uh, to undertake the internal trade when the situation warrants. Now, sometimes this is an export promotion organization, but sometimes in some situation you cannot, in internal trade also your help is needed. In such cases, these people will help help the companies in internal trade also. The adequate to ensure adequate and regular supplies of reasonable and stable price essential commodities. Like, I can tell you one example, like onions, the best example what we can consider. When the price of onion increases, it is difficult for the people to buy. So in that case, in those situations, they see that it is not exported to foreign country, all onion will be available in India itself. So automatically what happens, when there is a more supply, when there is more supply, price will come down. So these types of things they will do. So especially essential items, they'll see that it is available at a cheaper price. To stimulate the production of essential agriculture and industrial commodities, they'll see that whatever essential items of agriculture items or food items or daily needs, industrial commodities, they are needed, much needed things. They'll see that they are produced in a good way. To promote export activities, definitely, so whatever export activities are there, they will promote. Encourage economic equality, they'll see that there's no big gap between rich and poor. Yeah, those people they have more, those people don't have, they don't have anything, like, so this gap they will try to reduce. To act as a vehicle for implementation of government policies, so whenever government is bringing new law, they see that they are implemented properly. So regarding that, some studies they will do, they'll talk to the people and they'll see that it is implemented properly. Yes, so here whatever these objectives are there, they are to be fulfilled. To fulfill those objectives, they are doing some certain functions. So we'll see what are the functions of State Trading Corporation. One of the important thing which you are supposed to study for the exam. For 20 marks also you may expect this, or definitely for section B you can expect. Yes, so what they are doing, they'll improve international and domestic trade. So they'll see that trade is improved, not only in India, also in foreign, also where we are dealing it with foreign countries. Export trade also should be improved. They'll do all the necessary things for that. Increasing the national resources of the country. So now government has resources, but country has resources, but sometimes country don't know to use it. Sometimes there are resources, but those resources are not used properly. So all these problems they will try to solve. Undertaking the trade with the state trading countries and other foreign traders, already just told, East European countries, with them that trade, they will undertake the trade, how it is going on within the country and outside the country also. Exploring new market to the traditional item, it is told there. Finding new areas for the international market, so they will do the research, they'll do the study, and they'll see that there are many new products are coming out, and for the traditional market there will be good demand. So developing export of new products, already I told, new, and those products which are new in the market, you will promote them, that they will do. Ensuring the quality and quantity of various products to the foreigners at a competitive rate. So two things, first of all, qualitative products with good quantity, where India is providing at a competitive rate. So it is not like very high rate, at the same time not very cheap also, a competitive rate where there will be profit for the seller also, where that product also will become cheaper. Assisting the settlement of trade dispute. So if there is any trade dispute between the country, between the companies of two different countries, or between the countries, between the companies of India, yeah, one country. So these trade disputes, they'll try to solve those trade disputes. There is Indian Council of Arbitration, they'll do that work itself, but these also will contribute their part in in shortening these issues of export trade disputes. Yes, implementing all trade agreements entered by the government. So already I told, they will act as a vehicle for the implementation of government rules and regulation, whatever government is bringing, like GST they brought. They'll educate the people about GST, educate the companies about the GST, and they will tell, they'll see that it is implemented in that particular company. Yes, so these are the things. Diversifying and supplementing the foreign trade in India. So now, not concentrating in one particular area, they'll it will be concentrated to different areas, because one area that market falls, everything you will lose. So to avoid that, they see that diversifying and supplementing, so substituting, yeah, so those things. Securing better terms of trade and economies in handling export and distribution of essential raw materials. Now some raw materials are essential for the production and they may not be available with the people, so they will say that it will be made available for them, and with the good quality products are made available for them. So we'll see the subsidiaries. Projects Equipment Corporation of India. So these are the subsidiaries of State Trading Corporation, started in 1997. So here what they are doing is they are penetrating new markets, boosting the railway equipments and establishment markets, promotes export of non-traditional, already I told, so same objectives will come here. Non-traditional items are promoted by them. Export and turnkey projects, preparing the projects and finally handovering it. So these projects are given more important by this Project and Equipment Corporation of India, especially in the field of railway system, public utilities where public will use it, and industrial plants. In those areas they have more concentration. There's Cashew Corporation of India. They'll find new market for started in the year 1970. So they'll concentrate on the area of cashew industry. They find new market, new products. So they, whatever raw materials are needed, where cashew raw nuts are available at cheaper cost, they'll find it and they'll see that it is imported here. They'll ensure interrupted supply and of imported raw cashew nuts at the fair price to the export oriented units. So some companies will import it, develop it, export it to the foreign country. So for them, they will help a lot. They will see to the proper development of those things. So last one we'll see, that is about Handicraft and Handloom Export Corporation of India. It will come under State Trading Organization itself, started in the year 1962. Objective is to they want to develop new markets, expand traditional ones, because handicraft is a traditional product, and helping private sector in handloom and handicraft. So business expertise they will provide, efficiency they will provide, whatever efficiency is needed in periodical products, whatever delays are whatever foreign delays are there, that they will see that it will be solved. And it has failed to solve the technical problems. So these are the problems what you are facing to State Trading Corporation. So all advertises are there, but red tapeism is there, price they have not controlled, they are not provided quick actions and decisions, it is not taken because the government organization. Technical problems are there, often delays are there, they'll no proper knowledge. So all these are problems faced by State Trading Corporation. So understand this. Thank you.